Yeah, we're live. Yes, easy. What's going on?
I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to connect. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Cardinal Ichan. Um, the presentation I have this morning is Introduction to Data Analysis, and we are going to discuss in depth on data analysis. Introduction, what you're going to talk about, introduction to data analysis, types of data analysis, steps to analyzing data, skills of a data analyst, skills required of a data analyst, and roles of data analysts in organizations. So we rush into introduction. What is data analysis? Data analysis is a process of inspecting, cleansing, transforming, and modeling data with the goal of discovering useful information conclusions, and supporting decision making. Data analysis is the science of analyzing raw data in order to make conclusions about the information. From the definition, we will understand how that we have a lot of data flying around, and because of the internet and the social media, a lot of data are being generated. As we speak, we have generate 2.4 quadrillion data every day on the internet. And organizations need this data to be analyzed to help them make decisions on the next step or even predict things for them. So that is where a data analyst comes in. Because every of this data you've gotten in a raw form doesn't have a meaning, doesn't have anything the company could do with it or any organization could do with the data, raw data. So the work of a data analyst is to bring these data together, cleanse them, transform them, and model them to what the company would understand. So, moreover, in this presentation, we'll be using the word data analysis and data analytics interchangeably, actually, because some people might say is both of them are defined differently because they are totally different. But in the actual sense of companies, what they do, they are same. Data analytics and data analysts, they do same job. So that is why in this KD session, we'll be using the word analysis and analytics interchangeably. But the session will know people, it is important to know that there is a subtle difference between the term and meaning of the words analytics and analysis. In fact, some people go as far as to saying that these terms mean different things and should not be used interchangeably. Well, I drafted into the dictionary to find out what the meaning of data analysis and data analytics means. And I found out that data analysis is a detailed examination of elements or structure of something, which means that it is pure explanation of a structured data. A detailed analysis of a structure. Bioanalytics is systematic computational analysis of data or statistics, which is the system at which the computation is used, the computation of the analysis is used to be achieved. That is, I think this is totally technical, but in this presentation, it will be used interchangeably. Well, let's drift into, we have different types of data analysis. I have 4 different types of data. I have the descriptive analysis, predictive analysis. As we go down, we understand it. Descriptive analysis, this kind of analysis is a type of data analysis that the foundation of all data insights. It is at the foundation of all data insights. It is the simplest and most common use of data in business today. Descriptive analysis answers the what happened, the question, what happened, by summarizing past data, usually in the form of dashboards. The biggest use of descriptive analysis in business today is to track key performance indications. Describe the KPIs describe how a business is performing based on choosing benchmarks. And the business application of this descriptive analysis is the sales lead overview, monthly revenue reports, and KPI dashboards. From the word descriptive, what this analysis does is it describes what a company wants. The word descriptive, that's why he said it answers the question, what happened? What caused this outcome? How did this outcome come about? That is, after gathering data, cleansing them, what they try to achieve is to find a reason for the outcome they see. That is what descriptive analysis means. And most times it is found and used in sales industry or sales department, actually. They use the analysis of this descriptive analysis to actually analyze how to find out how or what happened that made them arrive to a certain kind of income. What did they do and how did they do it? So the next one is diagnostic analysis. After asking the main question of what happened, the next step is to dive deeper and ask, what did it happen? Why did it happen? This is where diagnostic analysis comes in. Diagnostics analysis takes the insights found from descriptive analysis and drills down to find the causes of those outcomes. Organizations make use of this type of analytics as it creates more connections between data and identifies patterns of behavior. The word diagnostics, in a layman understanding, it means if one is sick, for instance, I will use to explain this, I will use a patient and a doctor. If one is sick and doesn't know the cause of his sickness and goes to the hospital, what the doctor needs to do first is to diagnose, to find out what is wrong with the person. In the process of finding out, what he does is he diagnoses the person. So, same way, the diagnostics analysis works here. After we ask the main question of what happened, then we diagnose the data. And in diagnosing the data, all of these things follow same process, same step actually. They follow same step. So, but this time the aim is no longer to this for description, but for diagnosis. So we've got also the business applications of diagnostics analysis, which we have them as a freight company investigating the cause of slow shipment in a certain region, and SaaS company drilling down to determine which marketing activities increased trials. So this from the explanation I want to believe that we understand what diagnostics means and what diagnostics analysis entails. Is when we are trying to determine something, actually, we have to diagnose. You dive down to the next one, which is the third one, called predictive. This is the most common analysis used in organizations. And I think to an extent, it could be said it's the most important. Predictive analysis attempts to answer the question, what is likely to happen? This type of analytics utilizes previous data to make predictions about future outcomes. This type of analysis is another step up from descriptive and diagnostic analysis. Predictive analysis uses the data we have summarized to make logical predictions of the outcomes of events. This analysis relies on statistical modeling, which requires added technology and manpower to forecast. It is also important to understand that forecasting is only an estimate The accuracy of prediction relies on quality and detailed data. So for this to be accurate, for this particular kind of analysis called predictive analysis to be very much accurate, we would have a more detailed data. So which means most times predictive analysis has to do with a lot of data because it has to do with the present and the past data. When collected, when the reason for the analysis is reached, the data collected cleansed, we go further to create models using the data, the cleansed data, to predict a future event. So the business application of this particular kind of data analysis is there in risk assessment, sales forecasts, using customer segmentation to determine which leads have the best chance of converting products. Actually, predictive analysis, analytics in customer success teams. Well, this predictive analysis, creating the models is now linked to machine learning. And when you try to create models to help predict a future event or outcome, you have to employ machine learning in the building of the model. So for you to go into machine learning, you need to understand very well how predictive analysis works and how to collect data, claims, and analyze them. The next is prescriptive analysis. Now we've found the problem. We've understood the outcome. We are now, in this analysis, this is the time to administer solution if there is a problem. That is why it is called prescriptive. When a doctor prescribes drugs to a patient, for the patient to take and be healed, actually. So in this kind of analysis is where we answer the question of how to solve the problem. The final type of data analysis is the most sought after. It is the frontier of data analysis, combining the insights from all previous analysis to determine the course of action to take in a current problem or decision. In this kind of analysis, that is where AI is perfect. AI is a perfect example of prescriptive analysis. AI systems consume a large amount of data continuously learn and use this information to make informed decisions. AI, as we understand, or if you don't understand, I'll just say a little bit of talk more on a little bit of AI. In AI, we have something called reinforcement learning. And types of AI we know is reinforcement learning. The models not necessarily type of AI. Models, reinforcement learning, unsupervised, and supervised learning. So unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning is most times used in this prescriptive analysis because a lot of data comes in and it is developed to have to do with the data present and the data to come in, which is the future data. That is where the AI have to continuously receive this information, analyze them, run through them, and prescribe a possible solution for the outcome of the previous analysis. So most times, these four types of analysis are being employed in an organization to get an to get a 100 or an optimum result for a product or for the organization. So um, currently, most of the big data-driven companies like Apple, Facebook, Netflix, Twitter, YouTube, they are utilizing prescriptive analysis and AI to improve decision making. For other organizations, the jump to predictive and prescriptive analysis can be insurmountable. The technology continues to improve and more professionals are educated in data, we will see more companies entering the data-driven realm. So this is a lot of companies still have to deal with a lot of data, and because they've not actually understood or probably don't have the funding to employ data analysts or machine learning engineers, they are yet to dive into that, to embrace data analysis and machine learning very well. But in the near future, they will see how useful it is because they'll be lagging behind in terms of competition with the rest, with their contemporaries actually. So it is said that data analysis and machine learning AI, these these professions are most sought after in the US and Europe, probably in Nigeria, I think. Well, and we don't actually have enough people to fill the vacancies. So the thing right now is a lot of courses are going on in the US, in the UK, 6 months training people on data analysis and business analytics so that these job roles will be filled. So we'll dive into the steps to which data is analyzed. Now, if a company needs a result and they have tools, or let me say data. Data could be a lot of data could be said to be a tool to achieving to making a decision in an organization. So they have a lot of data, they don't understand it, and a data analyst is employed um, to to cleanse the data and make that data useful to them. The data analyst would have to take these steps. First, you have to understand the problem at hand. What is the company trying to achieve with this data? When you understand it, you set a clear metrics. After which you you gather the data. Setting a clear metrics is it means you after understanding you have to draw a kind of step that you will follow, and after that you now gather the data. The process of gathering the data and cleansing the data, this is where data science comes in. Data engineers and machine learning engineers. You gather the data, you cleanse the data, you analyze the data, and the analysis could be called mining too. So it's that you analyze the data, then interpret the data also. After interpreting the result of what your model is giving you, you have to evaluate it and then present your findings. And this is where the board directors comes in. This is where you present the the result of your findings, which is the, the product you made out of the data you are provided with, for them to understand what you are giving them. So after interpreting, you evaluate and then present your finding. And we'll move to, these are the steps we take, a data analyst take to giving to coming to a positive result and giving an organization an understanding of the raw data you got. The skills required of a data analyst. The majority of companies today realize the value of a data-driven business strategy and are in need of talented individuals to provide insight into the constant stream of collected information. Therefore, a data analyst should possess these skills to be job ready, and the skill are listed below. A data analyst should know a bit of programming, should know a structured query language, have to know Microsoft Excel very well, and have to be a critical thinker. And in all of these skills, they could be categorized into technical and soft skills. One of the soft skills is you should be a critical thinker, and you have the skills of presentation. So a data analyst should have knowledge on Python or R statistical programming, data visualization, and machine learning. So these are the skills required of a data analyst. And when a data analyst gets every of this, that is when he or she is job ready. So go to the next. The roles a data analyst play in organizations. These are the roles, just few of them. I didn't bring every role a data analyst play in organizations. These are the ones I can lay my hands on. And they are designing and maintaining data systems and databases. This includes fixing coding errors, and other data-related problems. Mining data from primary and secondary sources, then reorganizing said data into a format that can be easily read by either human or machine. Preparing reports demonstrating the significance of their work in the context of local, national, and global trends that impact both their organization and industry. These are the rules. They have more of them, but this is the ones I can lay my hands on. And for now, I think my system actually is, my battery is bad and I'm not plugged to the power source. So, but I am done with the presentation. Thank you for listening. And if you have questions, I can answer the questions right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. By presenting, you should have allowed people to talk. But anyways, does anybody have questions for Easy?
Yes, I have a question. This is Dari.
All right. Good morning, Darren.
All right. That was a great presentation, carrying out. I really learned. So I want to ask. So, in the digital marketing world, I want to know where data analysis, digital marketing overlaps. How data analysis can help digital marketers improve on their job and the likes.
Okay, that's a nice one, nice question. And a digital marketer, the aim, what is the job of a digital marketer is to actually, I think the job of a digital marketer is to convert sales. I think, yes, right?
Yes, you are correct.
And so how do you do that? Using data analysis, you can always use the data of the company you're working for, or not just the company you're working for. Data could be collected anywhere from Facebook or any of these social medias, because digital marketing is going on in any of these social medias. When the data you'll be getting would comprise of the products that are being marketed, one, and how customers react to those products. Do they just click on it and don't do anything? Do they click on it and buy? Now, it will now bring you also the kind of people who click and buy and the kind of people who just click to see. So the age range, probably their marital status, all of this data, they are needed to now come to a conclusion. If you get this data, you analyze them, build a model that will predict. It is majorly now for digital marketers, predict the kind of products and the kind of people you should be marketing to for you. So it's very useful in digital marketing. It's very useful in digital marketing. So it's a predictive analysis that we use, that we employ.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to ask that. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you very much, Izzy.
Hello, I have a question.
Okay.
You did very well. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And now, what are some of the tools today that we can use also that is at least at our grip to use for most of the marketing that we do, just like you mentioned, digital marketing, that is related to this, what you just presented? What are some of the tools? Because we're interested to analyze data like that in our own spheres and all that, to still understand some of the things maybe customers do and all that. So what are the tools that is available for us today?
A lot of data. If you want to analyze data, the tools that are actually available, we have Microsoft Excel. That have to do with not too much of data. If you want to, for instance, it's a very nice tool for analysis. But if you want to analyze customer goods, you want to analyze customer data in Amazon, it means you'll be dealing with millions of data. In this part, Microsoft Excel is not the right tool for you to use. So we've got a lot of them. One could be Tableau. Microsoft Excel can only analyze, but not too many data. It can't visualize for you. Tableau can do the analysis, no matter the kind of data, but it's a tool, but you have to acquire the skill needed to make it.
Okay, are you done?
Hello? Tablet. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Are you done?
No. I just got a call. So you tabloids is one of them, and when you have to deal with a lot of data visualization and testing, that is where machine learning comes in. So there is this synergy between a data analyst and a machine learning engineer. So I think all of them are embedded in data sciences. So we, as a digital marketer, unless you want to combine the two, you can go study or learn data analytics. So they are different roles. They are totally different roles. So, but for the tools we asked for, Microsoft Excel, tablets, and normal machine learning, which needs you to be Python savvy or R savvy or SQL. Thank you. This is what I think it is. I hope you understand.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you everyone for attending to this session. And now pull this session to an end. Let's attend the stand-ups. Have a good everyone.
All right.